again.
No! 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 I don't know why it would be. It's saying I have a full bar, so I couldn't imagine being out here walking. There ain't even no trees. You're just baking.
We back?
I hope so. I fucking hope so. Let me look at this shit. Woke up this morning, tears in my eyes. Fuck is this shit in my eye? Woke up one morning, tears in my eye.
Can I LOL? Seems like we back.
I hope so, my
Can I
brother.
LOL?
Because let me tell you
Delay
something.
crazy, but we back.
Yeah, I got coverage. I mean, it looks good to me. Now it's on a crazy style. I think once it buffers, it will catch back up.
Can I LOL? Well, connection bars don't always mean good internet.
Yeah, but that's the only really metric I have to fucking measure this shit. You know, because when it drops and everything, I can only like when I look at how I monitor this bitch like this. This is how I can tell like if it's buffering or what. I just monitor it from another device, but that doesn't say anything for you because I'm using the same internet connection that I'm streaming from in order to watch it. So it's not a true depiction of what the fuck is going on.
Botrix. Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
And usually when it says that Botrix shit, that means it
When they are
disconnected and
jamming the
reconnected.
internet in my uni town because of drones, we have full bars and it says 4G plus, but text messages take half an hour to send.
What? Well, I'm sure that just because your phone says 5G, it doesn't mean that because all that shit is happening in the tower. So although your message is sent to the network, it will like take a while to process. You can have full bars, 5G or whatever, but that's all the network side of things, I would imagine. Can you fucking go, you douche? Fucking marshmallow fist, pillow hands, motherfucker. I hate fat
Can I
people,
LOL?
but I'm one of them.
The
And I
connection
was
to the tower is
previously
good,
worse fat.
but the internet connection is basically non-existent.
Right. But the phone can't distinguish between that shit. So it will say, yeah, you got 5G. As long as the cell phone and the tower can communicate. But then that tower has to communicate with the network. I got a lot going on up here, my brother. I be knowing shit. what you gotta do. I'm thinking about you.
Can I lol? I'll be lurking though. Have to eat and do some chores. Way too much shit to do tomorrow. Can I lol? Drive
Godspeed,
safe.
my brother. Get her done. God bless you. I'll pray for you. I hope that you accomplish all your goals. I hope all your dreams come true. And I hope that you have sensual dreams at night of all your truest and wildest fantasies. And they become true in reality. God bless you, man. Do your shit. You see, I'm on the job right now anyway, so I would never tell you. Then I'm supposed to. Fuck it. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, man. God bless you. You see, I'm on my shit. I'm trying to pick back up. You're a real retard. Oh, Jersey plates. Big fucking big fucking surprise. And now we're racing, right? That's an African booty scratcher. So you speed up now, but getting on the fucking freeway, nah, fuck that. You sandal wearing faggot.
Over that same. I got you smell your urine. I mean, you just have to blend into the environment. Well, Bud's ends, and he goes to SEAL team, and there are three of the nastiest racists in his SEAL platoon. He never mentions a single chief petty officer. It's a lieutenant. It's just some lieutenant there that the three of them are together, and the lieutenant would tell the white guys to knock that off. They were the most wicked Klansmen, and their families had killed black people, and there's all the Civil War and all this other stuff. He is building you up. This is what he and Ortega and Gardner are subjected to, is this terrible stuff from in his own platoon, and he goes out of his way to say he was more worried about getting shot in the back by one of his own guys than he ever was the Vietnamese. He goes into great detail about that, and it never ends. The N bomb, the N bomb, the N bomb, the N bomb. Like, that was that gunner guy with his sock, his sock. You were able to work up enough that. And I got to be good friends. Well, after the end, and he was one of those hard-nosed guys. His family was KKK members, and they preached hatred, and he fell into that line. But after we had a emergency blood transfusion, and he went to the hospital and found out that I was the one that gave him the blood, changed his whole attitude. So the bit about masturbating into this guy's filthy, stinking ass sock, he talks about the platoon coming back from an operation and going on board a landing craft utility, an LCU, and going below deck. So when you look at the Oglethorpe, it was a cargo attack.
So basically, on this fucking route, 95 is all jacked up, especially when you cross over from Georgia to South Carolina, like Savannah area. So this GPS is routing me around the traffic, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I'm familiar with the area when I used to live in South Carolina for a brief period of time. So right now we're gonna take a cheeky little detour, and hopefully everything works out. But because I'm not trying to sit in that fucking the first like 10 or 20 miles when you cross over from Georgia to South Carolina is a bitch. Yeah, because it's saying that it's real fucked up. So we'll get to see parts of Savannah today, which is kind of further east, like going out towards the ocean from I-95. It's not like you go straight through Savannah, like they didn't make the city around 95. It's to the east, but it has its own freeway to get you there or whatever. So we're gonna do that.
It carried lettuce and eggs and milk and shit like that, and they would use those landing craft to deliver those stores to the shore and to the fleet, the other ships that were out there. That's what he did. He delivered lettuce. And you can see on the Oglethorpe, he had a working knowledge that he was an assault boat coxswain, so was I before I became a SEAL. Whole saving Private Ryan Pitt going into the beach and stuff like that. But he didn't do any combat bull. He delivered milk. He was a milkman in the Navy. Yeah, a milkman. But on board of the LCU, you can see the deck of the Oglethorpe, which he was on, is lined with assault craft. They went down below after a terribly long, weeks-long operation to get some rest, and that's when he decides to jerk off in Gunner's sock and load it up, and Gunner squished in it the next morning. You know, if that story just really consumed me, but it ain't even close to what really gnaws at me. But basically, these three guys in the platoon were the absolute ringleaders and made his life a living hell. They never accepted him. Nobody accepted him. The Bud's instructors, the Master Chief, no one accepted him because he was black. And I take a lot of offense to that.
Big back bitch.
SEAL, Vietnam vet guy. And he said that his SEAL platoon in Vietnam was the only POW rescue mission of the entire Vietnam War. And they never recovered. No Americans were ever recovered in Vietnam. They rescued, trying to get Americans. They had moved them out of the camp a few days before. They rescued some Vietnamese, South Vietnamese soldiers. And that was the only rescue mission of POWs in the entire war. Well, we didn't go to any POW camps. All we did was rescue or go after down pilots, chopper pilots, bomber pilots, and they were taken prisoner, and they were just trucked to the jungle. They never made it north above the DMZ, and we would go in after them.
Fucking retard.
To the best of my recollection, we only got two pilots we brought back. We never went to any POW camps. A prisoner of war meaning they were taken prisoner. Yes, but they were never indoctrinated into any kind of POW camp. Gets to a pinnacle of hatred between these three guys in the platoon. They're just down on the Mexicans and the blacks and Gardner, and they're just afraid they're going to kill them. And they're on an operation, and all of a sudden he hears a crack. And this log with a big hunk of metal from a tree swings down as he screams for Gardner, "Look out!" But it's too late. It decapitates his buddy Gardner. Cuts his head off. Right there in the jungle. On an operation. And what's Gunner have to say about Gardner getting decapitated?
Nice.
1 down, 2 to go. So he talks about having to haul out Gardner's corpse over his shoulder while another guy sticks his head in a rucksack, a duffel bag, he says, and they haul it out. That's the end of Gardner. Now it's just him and Ortiz against all these racist seals. KK members, and they preach hatred, and he fell into that line.
Milieu.
But after we had a emergency blood transfusion, and he went to the hospital and found out that I was the one that gave him the blood, changed his whole attitude. I remember reading that from the book. It's that was crazy that you'd do that for a guy who just abused you so badly. Well, he was one of the team, and you gotta make yourself different. You gotta stand out and not be a part of the crowd. Yes, I get it. I get it, sir. Every dog has his day. One of these operations, Gunner gets badly wounded. Badly wounded. So they find a cave and they stick Gunner in there until they can get him to a helicopter. And he needs a blood transfusion. Now, Gunner has been a complete freak show to John Watts, Fireman Watts.
In 2 miles, take the interchange on the right.
Blood transfusion. Okay, now, I don't know if anybody knows anything about blood transfusions, but you don't get them in the field. You're not prepared for that. No SEAL coroner is going to be prepared for anything even close to that. But he gives him a blood transfusion and saves his life. This is the part of this where he, throughout the whole book, is these white racist guys are attacking him. He stands up silently, but he stands up. He doesn't make it. He labels himself the hero through every ordeal. That he was the better man. He just took it, shrugged it off, and just tried to stay the consummate professional team guy SEAL. Right until this shit. Gunner and I had the same blood type. No one else on the team. So it would be up to me to save the racist asshole's life. I asked myself, why in hell would I want to help him after the shit he's put me through? The world would be better off without him. But who am I to judge? I decided. So I went through with it. Command contacted the lieutenant, gave him new coordinates for the chopper pickup. We made it there without any further injuries. You saved the guy with blood transfusion in a cave in Vietnam. It just never happened. So he writes, as soon as we get back to Da Nang, Gunner was taken to the base hospital. He had the golden ticket home, an injury serious enough to prevent him from performing further service, but not fatal or too serious.
Take the interchange on the right. Then, keep right at the fork.
As we entered the room, I was holding a boom box that was blasting a James Brown song. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Gunner looks out of his bed, and it was a far cry, he said, from the country music that Gunner listened to. I went over to his bed with the boombox, and Gunner shouted over the noise, "What the hell is this coon music you're playing?" I replied, "Do you remember telling me that even just 1% blood makes you a... Do you remember telling me that? Well, welcome to Soul Town, Gunner. Did anyone tell you where your blood transfusion came from? You are now officially a... because you got my blood. And when your firstborn son comes out looking like me, it'll be because he has my blood too." He writes, you could see the anger and hatred welling up in Gunner's eyes. Before he could gather himself to reply, I turned and walked out of the room, a huge smile on my face and a jump in my step. So maybe that story, my deep thinking thing that I do, you had to put so much thought into that. What are you trying to do? You're trying to make money off of a book, obviously, by tearing down white people for incidents that never happened. This never happened. But how well you handled the situation and all this, and you saved the racist KKK family guy's life by doing it. And you stood up and you were the better man for doing it. Racists. Are you familiar with a website called Valor Guardians? Valor Guardians. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Valor Guardians got 70 pages, 70 of your military records and posted them up. I know you're an EN3 who served 3 years, 7 months, and 20 days. And you're an assault boat coxswain, so you and I share some of the same ground because before I became a SEAL, that's where I saw SEAL training going on. I was at ACU 1 in Coronado, California. I had to ask somebody, who are those guys? And they said, those are SEAL candidates. And I thought, my gosh, I might give that a try. And it all worked out. But you looked like you had a really good tour in the Navy on they RER1'd you. They wanted you back. But, sir, they have outed you as a terrible phony for those lies that you would tell about blood transfusions. None of those other guys were ever SEALs. I didn't know if you even were aware of them doing that to you. No, I had not. Oh, my. There's some serious John Watts haters out there right now. Well, sure there are. And I had a lot of them when I was in the Navy. No, I don't know about that, John. I counted the times you used that N-word in your book and all this racial hatred. And I'm a paramedic as well. You can't just give somebody a blood transfusion. You made all that up, and you used movie lines to it. And I just told you. I didn't use any movie lines. Yes, and you did. I have. There were no records destroyed. You phonies tell the same stories all the time. There were no records burned in St. Louis, sir. I experienced a lot of difficulty when I was in the Navy. You know what pushed me to go into the Navy in the first place? I have no idea, but I'm sure it's going to revolve around some kind of racist stuff. No. It was a TV series that came out, I guess was in the early 60s, late 50s, called Sea Hunt. Yeah, Lloyd Bridges. The white guy. And I used to watch that regularly. If they found my records, they were doing better than the Navy could do. It took me over 4 years. Okay, John, let me cut to the chase. John, I'm looking at a picture of you, F.N. Watts, on the USS Oglethorpe, a.k.a. 100.
Nightmare.
I see you're qualified. Yeah. And I did a bid. I'm sure, John, but you were not a SEAL. Would you at least admit to that? No, I can't. Okay, that in itself.
Nightmare.
Oh. I'm not going to sit here any longer and let you degrade me. Nope.
What's up, motherfucker? Long time no see. Blast from the past, goddammit. How are you on this beautiful day? I know exactly who you are. You're the crypto scammer. Huntington Beach's finest. Malibu's most wanted. What's going on? How's my pickup truck? Damn, that side traffic is fucked up.
Good bro, just working.
Oh, what you working on? Shit, you see I'm doing the same fucking thing.
Construction making them racks.
That's good.
Nightmare. Now I heard James licking duct tape my arm for a little bit. Nightmare. Jim's doing pools, building sheep, digging trenches. Nightmare.
Yes.
It's my dad's company.
Oh man, it's too late now. Shit, I'm already on left.
Nightmare.
This is Reese, the truck
On my
driver.
break RN. Nightmare.
Yeah.
I lost my old account.
I had wanted to pick up
Nightmare.
something for you, but
And I
shit,
forgot
man,
your
it's kind of
name.
too late now. Well, I'm saying you still working. I'll keep your number when I'm in Jacksonville next.
Nightmare. And hadn't seen you in
It's not that I
a
got
minute.
your number. I have a Cash App, so I must have sent somebody a Cash App. So
Nightmare.
I was looking for
But Jim's
somebody.
clock yo ass live
And
RN first time in a minute.
well, it's not even a person. I was looking to pick up something. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, right. I sent it for $1. I guess 2 years ago when I was doing the same shit that I was doing, just driving. When I pass Jacksonville, I'll stop there
Nightmare.
and like hang out and shit.
Bro,
So
it's not me.
I saw that I sent you a Cash App.
Nightmare.
So I said, well,
You didn't
let
send me
me
shit.
send him $1. Tell him to call me. Maybe he could help me out because I didn't know anybody. Yeah. Oh, but you good though.
Nightmare.
All right, awesome,
Yeah, I
awesome.
got
All right,
whatever
then I'll
you
keep your
need.
number. What's your name? All right. Yeah.
You've degraded yourself enough. And I'll tell you what, John, you are a racist, a
Fuck
disgraced
you!
racist, a racist on the other thing, that you would tell those lies about white people to stir that racist pot. And that Aaron Pratt clown out there about all those white guys
Nightmare.
being executed is a total
My
bullshit
name's
story,
Yellow Big
too.
Dog.
I retired as a SEAL. My friends and family are all SEALs.
Right. Check out that fucking bridge, man. That's one thing that I
Nightmare.
don't. That although I'm
Anybody
taking the
got in here
detour,
later?
well, shit, fuck with me, man. I'll holler at you. Look like the bridge is congested like a bitch too. Fuck it. Bye.
And we don't like you guys standing up there and writing a terrible bullshit book like that. And if you Google your name up there with that shadow seal, you'll see what Valor Guardians has done to you. I'm surprised you haven't found out about it yet. All right, well, good. Keep watching those war movies and making up stories about jacking off. And how do you come up with, that's the come up with a story of sticking your penis in some dirty sock and masturbating into it, John. You've got some issues, buddy. So I'll see you, man. No, I wasn't. I verify fake seals, sir. That's one of you guys that always do it. I'm looking at the seal database and you ain't listed. Ah, shut up. I hated that. Yeah. Nice try. Assault boat coxswain and cargo handling course, 4 October 65 to 29 October 65. Assault boat engineer course, 12 September 66. They got everything. I'm surprised at how complete these records are. And they've also contacted that reporter at Action News that did that story, but she doesn't care because it's just a better story when it's got so much racist stuff. In a time like this, with a boiling point, you would write some crap like that and just try to inflame people. That's where the racist thing goes to the other side. Black people can be racist themselves when they tell so many despicable, disturbing lies about white people to get attention. You should have been happy with what you did in the Navy as an assault boat coxswain and a Vietnam vet. I see you served up there. You got a Vietnam Service Medal, with a Vietnam Campaign Medal. All right, man, I'm tired of dealing with you. Keep watching those war movies and making up stories like that from the war movies because they're just little recollections in your head you can mold and do anything else with, okay? All right, well, you live long, be prosperous, and stay healthy. God be with you, man. I'm glad you're a man of God. Thank you so much.
Fucking riverboat.
There is so much of that going on today. It's like guys are standing in line to inflame the racial tension in this country, and he's one of them. That book is absolutely disturbing. The things that he writes in there about how he was treated in the Navy, and none of it's true. None of it's true. Vietnam vet, yeah. I don't care who you were. If you would get in that water and swim, and those beaches in World War II, you were welcome, and you always have been. You always have been. And some of our original frogmen from World War II, and he talks about them in the book because he studied were black UDT frogmen, some of the first. And my command master chief at SEAL Team 1, when I showed up, was a black man named Master Chief Claude Willis, a Vietnam vet. And so I take terrible offense to all of this, that you would take an institution as fine as Naval Special Warfare and their history of unracial anything and twist and contort it into a disturbing, this is disturbing stuff, disturbing, that this guy got his penis erect and stuck it in a dirty sock of a guy that he says was a SEAL that was just a complete racist and ejaculated in his sock. And that guy put it on the next morning and went nuts. Who thinks up disturbing shit like that? Who does that? Unless you're disturbed and did it, but you're even more disturbed just for thinking it up if it never happened. And that whole bit about oh my God, that guy, whoa. I'm on a flip and roll, I can tell you that. What a clown. What an absolute clown. And his middle name is Oscar. And we don't let good dudes named Oscar in SEAL Team. That's the only racial thing we have. We got things about names. We send you to the Coast Guard or the Air Force or something. Nobody named Oscar John Oscar Watts. And they took one look at that and went, no, we're not letting you in SEAL team. That's the only racial thing that we have. We don't like your name. You're going somewhere else, man. Jesus. Can you tell me about this Navy SEAL assault knife training?
Actually, yeah, I created a Navy SEAL assault knife for them.
And you trained them?
Yeah, I had a prototype of that. We trained that. They loved it because they could shoot a gun and climb a rope with it in their hand and swim full speed. So it was a unique handle. The blade wasn't unique, but the handle was.
You swim with it and shoot with it and climb with it?
Yeah.
What were you going to do when you got there? What would you need a knife for?
What would you need a knife for?
Yeah.
Well, if you're underwater, knives are pretty handy.
With what?
And if you needed to climb a rope with a knife, you could. If you needed to swim with a knife, you could. If you needed to shoot a gun with a knife in your hand, well, you could.
Why would you need a knife underwater? You alluding to killing enemy swimmers?
You're not a Navy SEAL then. You're not even a Navy SEAL if you don't know what a knife is for underwater.
If you alluding to killing enemy swimmers?
Yeah, I trained them how to do that.
Kill enemy swimmers?
Yes, I trained them how to do that.
Do you know what the likelihood of bumping into an enemy swimmer is underwater?
I know, that's the reason the Navy didn't have me full-time and do more of it, because they only considered water as a medium to go through to get to your mission. They didn't understand or see the value in training, hand-to-hand combat in the water, even though I did train them a few times.
In the water. Hand-to-hand combat in the water. Well, my favorite one, it's just something like this. I might be able to pull it on him. Is asking him what the Coast Guard equivalent of a Navy lieutenant commander is. I used to stump SEALs doing these exercises with that, kind of like a treasure hunt. Do you know what the Coast Guard equivalent of a Navy lieutenant commander is?
What's that?
A lieutenant commander. And they never get it. He wouldn't fucking know. In the Army, Marine Corps, and Air Force, it's a major. And the Coast Guard, it's a lieutenant commander. And they all just scratch their head and go, I don't fucking know, man. Well, it's a lieutenant commander. Whoa. Tom! Mighty, he's taking line. We gotta get him! Get the neck, baby!
Okay, I'll get the neck.
Get the neck, baby!
Okay.
Holy shit, look at him!
Exactly.
Look at him!
Brother Howe, during church service today, you turned to me and gave me a brief introduction of a gentleman sitting across the aisle from us. Tell us who this gentleman is sitting beside you.
This is Aaron Pratt, and he's a former Navy SEAL. He's been a number of years in the Navy, and he was involved in the war in the Middle East and was captured on a mission. And he, along with a number of other Navy SEALs that were here in 21, and they were mistreated, tortured, and all those things. And if I'm correct, I think he was the only one that survived all this. The only survivor of those 21 Navy SEALs.
Our main business is
store?
It's called the Lone Coyote Gunworks.
Lone Coyote.
Yeah, and the reason why he named it Lone Coyote, because on the SEAL team, there was a dude that he would always be the one to go out front. He would sort of be the lone coyote, and whenever there was a mission, he was always the one that would like be the first one out.
Fuck.
And he put these things on 100. They were in I think the Baltic Sea, and they came back to Hawaii, and they didn't even know what they had done until they got back. And then during their briefing, he was told that they put these things on 127 Russian ships.
I've dove on a lot of ships being a SEAL, putting mines, shit like that, training stuff, submarines, all that stuff, aircraft carriers, you name it, I put it on it. I tell you what, in all my time, I did a lot of diving, combat swimming. I've never hit 127 ships. That's a fucking day of work, man.
What you thought this guy, Bruce? Man, love that guy. He's old Navy guy that said they called up talking about lives of the Marines from us, and I was telling them what we were doing, and he don't speak Russian. Oh, there you are.
Hello, Bruce, shipmate.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, bro. Been a while since I've been in the Navy. I served on the USS Lockwood, McKee. Did kind of the whole fleet thing, but the guys were telling me about you. Retired SEAL, sir, Lieutenant Commander.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, how about that? How long did you do, sir?
I got out in '88, in March of '88.
Oh,
And
wow.
I went in '78.
Oh, you went in '78. How about that? Did you do the SEAL thing right off of the bat?
No, I did the NCO. I was teaching underwater demolitions, and then I went to Quantico, and then went out and took on a SEAL team training them in UDT work.
Oh, you were UDT first.
Everything back then. Well, you were in a while ago, so what you say. So I mean, everything. There was no line of who did what. Everything was whatever you were told to do.
Yeah. I went in '78, but I was a decade behind destroyer, so yeah, it just kind of piqued my interest. So did you go in as an officer?
I went in as an NCO originally, a non-com.
Oh, how about that? Where'd you start serving at?
I was originally in a small barrier island called Bataan off of Hawaii, which was an old PT boat base for World War II.
Oh my, fantastic. How much time did you serve in Hawaii?
I was in and out of there all the time. That was my home base.
Oh, fantastic. I went there once, a couple of times, did a few things. Deployed Westpac. Did you do a Westpac, sir?
No, I didn't.
No. You missed out on the Philippines then. So,
No, I saw a lot of people that were loyal to the United States that we went in with.
I'm sorry you did what's it?
Removal of some people that weren't loyal to the United States.
Oh, who are those guys?
Yeah, and for a while I was put on the Guam for a while. You know what the Guam was, don't you?
The island, the Guam, or the ship?
No, the ship. It was a hospital ship.
It was. About that.
The Guam was converted to a hospital ship.
I thought that was a helicopter carrier or something.
It was, but it was converted to a hospital ship during Grenada.
Oh, fantastic. When did you go to Grenada?
About 9 days before the invasion.
Oh, fantastic.
We disabled troop transports.
Disabled them from the Cubans?
Yeah, they couldn't move their troops around.
Who's that, the Grenadians?
Yeah,
Oh.
the Cubans couldn't move their trucks around.
How about that? It said that something about mining Russian ships or put ballistic devices on.
No, we put cavitation plates.
Cavitation?
Where it cavitates in a particular frequency, so you could read it from said 127 ships. That's a day of war.
That's right. We did everybody that was in the Black Sea at that time.
How long did that take? How many guys did that take?
It was 26 guys and 3 submarines, and we were there about 6 weeks.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
We left and came back because they couldn't surface in there. They had to restock and everything else, so they went out and came back.
I'll be doggone. I don't have quite that career. I understand you were wounded a few times.
Yeah, pretty messed up.
How'd that go? I love a good war story.
Well, I mean, I was cut in Grenada. We were come crawling out from under a transport truck, 2 of us, and there was a Cuban standing over us with an AK.
With a what, sir?
With an AK-47.
Oh.
And I was cut with a machete. And I was hit a couple of times. I was hit in the right knee and I was hit in the back. The worst thing is they gassed us in Costa Rica and tried to flush us out. And we believe to this day that gave most of our guys cancer. Everybody's either died from cancer that was on that mission or had it cut out.
I'm sorry, why would you be doing anything in Costa Rica? I thought we were all friends.
We were removing a couple people.
A couple of nasty Costa Rican guys?
No, Americans.
Oh, bad American guys in Costa Rica?
Yeah, they were. I can't go into a whole lot of detail, but yeah, that's where they fled to.
That sounds like Apocalypse Now with Colonel Kurtz.
That became my specialty. Do you remember a traitor in the 60s that turned against America and sold secrets to the Russians?
I have to have a name.
We worked
north.
together 3 times.
Who was that, sir?
I can't tell you.
Oh, there you go. It was a girl.
It was a girl, yes.
Oh my gosh, in the 60s.
Yeah, late 60s, 69, 70, and she fled to Cuba.
Cuba or Costa Rica?
Cuba.
Oh, doggone. Operating in Cuba, too?
Our specialty was to take them out.
I'll be doggone. Sir, I was talking to the guys about that. Now, I don't have quite that background, but they had said that you did not have to go through Navy SEAL training.
No, I was originally they drafted. They didn't draft me, but I mean they took me in when I was going to the FBI Academy in Quantico, and I went from there to a 3-week training course, and then I was put to be a teacher. And that didn't last. I was an NCO, and then I went through another 6 weeks of training, and I was an officer.
I'll be doggone. And retired after how?
I was an officer.
I'll be doggone. And retired after how long?
10 years.
10 years. And as lieutenant commander?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what the Coast Guard equivalent is to a Navy lieutenant commander?
It's an 04, I know that.
What they call them in the Coast Guard?
No idea.
A lieutenant commander.
No. Okay. I figured it was probably close to the same.
Yeah, well, it is. You know what it is in the Marine Corps, the Army, or the Air Force?
It's a colonel, isn't it?
No, it's a major.
Major? Okay.
No. Sir, I didn't know anybody would not have to go through Navy SEAL training. Could you tell me why that you were...
Because they needed me to teach. They needed my skills to teach.
To teach SEALs?
Yeah.
UDT guys?
What's that?
UDT guys and SEAls did.
No SEALs. I only spent about 3 to 4 weeks with the UDT boys.
And what were you teaching them, sir?
I was teaching them underwater demolitions.
And those guys did not have any UDT or SEAL guys qualified to teach them?
They had some training, but they needed more than that. We were using UDTs for other things besides stuff that goes boom.
Oh, what, the FBI was?
No, the Navy.
But you were an FBI guy instructing SEALs?
Well, no, I was like I said, I was an NCO making in while I was at Quantico.
Oh, you were a Navy guy, an NCO in the Navy.
Yes.
And what skills did you have to teach those guys underwater demolition?
I was a master diver, and I do underwater demolition and underwater construction.
And the Navy SEAL team, underwater demolition team, I'm a little confused, but they had no one qualified?
You're lumping two things together. The UDTs are different than the SEAL team.
Yep. And who were you teaching?
I was teaching originally UDTs, but then I went to SEALs.
And the UDT guys did not have anyone qualified to teach them?
They did, but they went through the basic training. They needed real life experience. Sometimes you don't get quite the experience of somebody that's done it on the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I thought the underwater demolition team in World War II, Korea, through Vietnam, SEAL team, all that would have had been stacked up with experience.
Well, after Vietnam, we lost so many guys that they were trying to run them through and get their elite forces built back up.
How about that? That's quite something. I've never heard anything like that before. I thought all the SEAL UDTs would have had enough guys. And do you know how many SEALs were killed in Vietnam?
No, I sure don't.
Yeah.
That was way before my time.
Oh yeah, I think I came in 78 as well. I became a SEAL in 1984.
Okay.
Went through Bud's training, so when those guys were telling me all this stuff, none of it made sense.
Well, the biggest thing for me was they wanted my job skills.
And what was that, sir?
Underwater construction, underwater welding, underwater demolitions, anything to do with underwater.
Have you ever heard of Seabees in the Navy that do all that?
The Seabees were I don't know that Seabees were much up in that time frame. I know they were in World War II because I had an uncle that did some of that.
No, they were up on it. See, that's where I was struggling when they were telling me some of that stuff, and I'm listening to this now. Underwater demolition teams got their start on the beaches of World War II in 1943, and through Korea.
Yeah.
Do you know any of the what you were teaching them there? The types of demolitions you were using?
Mostly, we were teaching them underwater construction. We were working towards the program of the capitation plates.
Sir, why would the underwater demolition or SEALs guys need to know anything about underwater construction? What were they building? We usually destroy that shit, sir. We don't build it.
No, we didn't say we were building it.
Underwater construction? For what reasons?
Well, we were learning how to do things underwater in the construction type situation.
UDT and SEAL guys?
The SEAL guys, yeah. We were learning some of them things to apply later on.
I thought they pretty much had their hand on the underwater demolition. I don't know why anybody in the FBI would be teaching frogmen in the Navy. The Navy. Anything about that. In fact, I've never heard of such a thing of pulling guys from the FBI. There's nothing we need from the FBI to teach us a doggone thing. Are you making this shit up, sir?
No.
Did you serve in the Navy?
Yes, sir.
Yep. And for how long?
10 years.
10 years, and you made lieutenant commander in those 10 years?
I started out as an NCO. I did not start out as an enlisted.
Sir, do you know we don't have NCOs in the Navy? Do you know what they're called? Did you go through boot camp?
No.
You didn't go through boot camp?
No, sir.
They just promoted you to NCO, and what was that rank as an NCO?
I don't understand what you're asking me.
Well, what is an NCO, sir? In the Marine Corps, it's a staff sergeant, a sergeant major, all that. What were you?
I'm getting a little offended by that.
Oh, you are? Well, so am I, sir. So am I. We don't have NCOs in the Navy. You join the Navy as a seaman recruiter, seaman apprentice, seaman, you become a petty officer. That's what the Navy NCOs are. We don't call them that, but kind of like that. But these strange stories of being gassed in Costa Rica and mining ships, and with the FBI teaching underwater demolition and SEAL team, sir. We got a 76 bloody year history.
Sir,
What's that?
what did you do?
I went through Butts Class 131. I understand that you didn't even go through SEAL training.
No, and I admitted that.
Well, you admitted that. Why would we ever make you a lieutenant commander and put a trident on you? We don't do that. You go through SEAL training so we can get a certain cut of guy.
I'm not going to sit here and be accused. You need to answer his questions and answer what he is. I put too much fucking money into this thing. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and be accused. No, you're not going to take the other side. No, you didn't take this the other night. But this was the night. You didn't get back on the fucking phone and talk to the guy. Don't talk to the guy. He goes insult me. I'm not going to insult you. Okay? First, there's been a number of people that work on the website. Joe, the other day, that wasn't a setup. That was actually, I was asking about my account. But he's been defending you. You notice even the other day he was called he was joking around and he was defending you. Well, no, there's still this stuff. So you people wanted to talk to you, including this gentleman, and I don't know what there's a lot of details. I don't give from him. What the gentleman already tell what's his rank. You want to tell him? Are you there?
Yeah.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto the slip road.
Okay? So right now, you need to end up talking to him, okay?
No, I think we're.
What the fuck is going on?
I think we're kind of done talking. Bruce.
How's he insulting you? He's asking questions, okay? And he hasn't told me one damn thing about him. Okay? Here, why don't you talk to him? Here, I'll run this guy.
It's okay.
No, there you are.
It's okay, big guy.
Turn right onto the slip road.
Fake Navy SEALs. I check your name on SEAL database, and everybody that ever graduated any form of underwater scouts and raiders, UDT, SEAL team is listed. Your name's not listed. And a matter of fact, sir, I pulled your records through the Freedom of Information Act today, and guess what they came back as? No results found. You never served a single day in any branch of the United States military. And by the way, sir, Guam is not a fucking hospital ship. Guam is a helicopter carrier. You're all over the fucking place with this shit.
During Grenada, the Guam was hauling injured Marines, injured soldiers. It was converted to a hospital ship.
Converted to a hospital ship, or they just put guys on there that were hurt? And, this whole SEAL Team 3 thing, sir, SEAL Team 3 did not serve in Grenada. SEAL Team 4 served in Grenada, and SEAL Team 6 had its birth there. And that was their first action.
I wasn't in during the invasion, sir. There's a lot more outside of what you
And you're in fucking Costa Rica, sir? Costa Rica snatching bad Americans out of there? Come on. You're talking to a retired SEAL. Would you like to name, I'm looking at the SEAL database here right now, a complete listing. Would you like to name, who's the coyote guy? Or was that the lone coyote? You want to give me the lone coyote's name and I'll look him up here real quick?
I don't. I'm getting tired.
Is that classified, sir? You know what? I'll tell you what. When you get off of the phone, you Google me, Don Shipley, retired SEAL, and see what I do. I guarantee you, sir, you're going to get some fucking hate mail tomorrow at that gun store, if not worse. When you start ripping people off, being a slob and sitting behind a chair, ripping people off with your false claims of being a Navy SEAL and posting those awards up there. By the way, sir, I've got a Navy Marine Corps medal. Yours is backwards. And those other ones are fictitious. You bought them at a surplus store and you stuck them on there. They're in no order of precedence. They're in no order of anything. That's it. I don't even have time to screw around with this clown anymore. He's a total phony. He's a terrible fake. He's a slob. He misrepresents, and he is peddling weapons and having you guys flip the bills for him, being a total fucking phony that never served a single day. Anything else, guys? Anything I can do? Anything else you need from me? I don't think that'll do it, man. Yeah, I think it will do it. All right. See you guys. Have a good one. Have a good one. Bye. Thank you. Dave, what a fucking slob. What a fucking slob that guy is. The victimless crime. The victimless crime. Why do you go after these guys who are just harmless liars? They just tell lies. No. No. They don't. No, they don't.
Hi, Don.
Hey, Laura.
Hey. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'll tell you what this is, girl. It's one more roll of the dice.
Yeah.
And your sister, it's your sister, correct?
Yeah, my sister. She just got recently divorced however many months ago now and moved back here. Yeah, she's been real secretive the last year, and she's actually given all sorts of money to weird things that are other scams, we think for sure. But yeah, she's just kind of in trouble. Very naive. And
Yeah. Well, this becomes one more roll of the dice. Maybe this time it will happen. And I'll do it again, and then, one more roll of the dice. I'll do it again, do it again. I deal with this stuff on a daily basis with these gals. She's wrapped up with a terrible con man who's just bilking her out of everything with these sealed claims, and I feel terrible for you. Does she know this guy, or is it only by correspondence?
Yeah, just by correspondence. She's never even spoken to him on the phone, and I just can't believe that she would be so dumb to believe these stories, and that he hasn't showed up 3 times, and that she's making my parents pressure to, oh, don't kill my dream, and we're going to be married, and he wants to be a minister. He's going off of her Facebook with her talking about being Christian, or, whatever.
He wants to be a minister.
Oh, yeah, he wants to be a minister, and he's got 2. Evidently, I only know this information through my mom, because she hasn't told me and my siblings directly, but she's upset that we know, of course. But my mom said that they paid for her to fly somewhere that we thought was for some ministry thing that she was trying to start up, or anyway, and she wouldn't tell us about it, but just kept asking for more money from my parents, and she owes them a lot. It's pretty terrible. Anyway, she's like, oh, it's okay, I'm going to be a millionaire, and I'm going to pay you back in 3 months, and all this stuff. So anyway, she flew there. It was for evidently having to sign some paperwork, which I don't know what in the world that could be about, for this guy, because he said that he has $2 million that somebody's holding somewhere. So she went somewhere, which makes it seem like a terrorist group or something, and evidently saw it herself, some money and gold, $2 million, and just like, it's probably obviously fake, but to go to that extent is really scary.
And you're not naive in this.
No.
That's called a con.
My brother or not. Yeah.
That's a scam, and they are designed to perfection. They are just so believable, and they are tough nuts to crack. And I deal with these phony seal scams and cons from doctors, psychiatrists, really, really gifted people.
Yeah, my sister's a nurse too. My mom's like, she's so smart, you think she would know, she's top of her class, she's a nurse. So like, yeah, people naive and being lonesome just really screws with your head, and being through a bad marriage and stuff like that. So
well, the reason I said is I sent you a letter of verification on David, even though you don't know the spelling on his name. It's not hard for me to search David and see what comes up under MC,
Kinley, any of that. There's only
or G, McLinley, or anything like that. Yeah.
There's nothing, and you and I both know that, and I don't know how best to help you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to help her because, I need to make her realize that it's true. So I'm planning to try to do some sort of intervention with your letter to show her that. And then if she tells me, oh, that's not the right spelling, then I could get back to you or something.
Do that.
Also, like,
I'll get on the phone with you, and we'll do a three-way call with her.
Oh, that would be great, because, last time she got real upset and aggressive and actually scratched my sister and my dad and kind of spit on my sister like horrible. She's just so upset that we're trying to kill her dream.
Does she have any kind of mental issues or anything?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't, but we always kind of, she's always been a little bit, off or something. I feel like she might have been in a little bit of like a mania by doing all these things where she gave all this money away. She's like,
yeah, people don't like having the rug pulled out from underneath them or shown that they're, have been conned.
Right,
and certainly in front of their family that's been trying to tell them this, and you take money from your parents who probably can't afford to be giving you any for these
No, they're retired and they're, have a certain amount to live on. So they're actually trying to pull money out of their stocks to give her this his newest amount. He wants like $30,000 more, and I don't know how much she's given. And I'm just like, I can't believe you guys even went to your stock place to discuss it. That's ridiculous. But she's making them feel real guilty, and this is my dream, and he's going to be a minister, and we're going to do all this great work. And
the religious phonies, girl. Oh, he's a religious man. He's a holy man. I just dealt with a gal today, a terrible imposter that's been going on with her for over a year, and got him on a dating website. And I'll tell you from my experience, ChristianMingle.com is the worst dating websites for phonies.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he's a Navy SEAL and a Christian. He must be telling the truth. And now this guy's going to start a ministry. Girl, he is pulling all the right strings on her to build that trust.
Yeah.
I'll talk to your dad. I'll talk to her. Do my best to set the record straight, but she absolutely needs to cut that clown off. And
I think that would be helpful. She's just kind of very delusional, and I know, she'll
we can
be
do a three-way
upset.
call if you'd like.
Yeah, I think that would be wonderful. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of the best way. My parents only live here half the year, so they're actually flying out tomorrow, and I wanted to make sure you guys don't give her any more money before you fly out, because I know she's pressuring you guys. So I wanted to have the proof before.
Is that the only place she's going to get the money right now?
Yeah, basically. She's even borrowed money and asked everybody, me and my siblings, my aunts and uncles, friends, and she'd all say, I need the money at this exact time by 2 p.m., like a real weird thing. I need it today,
You want to put me on the phone with your dad and I'll set this record straight real quick? Save everything he's worked for a long time and the love of his daughter, for God's sakes.
I know. Let me see how to call. Yeah, my parents, I know they have a whole list of things they're doing. They have like a tax appointment today. Let me look back at the text, see what time that is, because my mom hasn't been, responding via text. So let me see. I know they had all these appointments and these doctor appointments before they take off tomorrow. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, her came up, so you probably don't want to leave it on the voicemail.
Okay, then why don't you give me a call back? Your sister's probably not the easiest one to deal with. I can convince your dad in a pair of seconds of who I am, and he already knows this is BS. It's
right.
He just can't quite put his finger on it for the love of his kids and all that other stuff. You call me back with Kurt or Gail, because I'll bet Gail is probably the more intuitious one of the bunch.
Right.
That she has already smelled this as being BS. And the guys are really good, but you girls are much, much better at this. And if he cuts her off, at least that would be a good start. So I'll be glad to help you with it. I sent that letter of verification. We don't know the correct spelling, but you and I both know that's a big load of bullshit.
Yeah, it sure is. You know, my siblings are just going crazy, like, oh my gosh, so I heard that, is there really a Google facial recognition? I heard that you can take, like, if she allows us to have this guy's picture, I've never seen him. My mom, of course, like, oh, he's real good looking and handsome and muscular. I'm like, I'm sure he is. My parent, anyway, that you can put in a database that will pull up who he really is, that the picture was stolen. So I'd like to do that if I could too.
If you have the pictures of it, I'm good with Google Images, but I don't know about the facial recognition thing. All these scams start, and you know, she has these things. I was just, this is a mirror image of what I was going through an hour ago, and she's probably talking to a skinny Nigerian. This is what she's talking to.
That's what I read, that they're all usually from Nigeria.
Yes, and they work on these women for months and months and sometimes years to build that trust. And it's subtle things that they write. They write in the Queen's English sometimes about their regiment and SEAL team, or it's broken English where it doesn't make sense. But they can never disclose their location. Everything's, you know, secret and classified. They need money to get home. It just sounds like, you know, he's probably talking to, I'm sure he has 20 of their sisters on a daily basis.
And just to think that she's gone broke, she gave all her money, you know, I don't know how much she gave where, because once, I don't know, she's real secretive. She's going to be involved in producing a big manuscript, and she's going to be the star, and then she's giving money to make a school in India or something. And so I read online somewhere that they put you on a sucker list once you fall for one, and then they sell your information to other scam artists. So I'm thinking that maybe even this guy on our Facebook that's supposedly, you know, that's like doing ministry work and feeding the children, that maybe he's a scam artist too, because I heard she gave him $100,000 to start school.
Send me a little something if you have some pictures up there. But as I told this gal today, they're always good looking. They're always well done. They always fit the part. And it's these guys that slink around Facebook things, and they steal these guys' pictures and put them up.
I tried to show my parents, you know, how easy it is to just hold and save somebody's picture, and my dad didn't quite get it. He's going, no, but I saw a picture of him, and it looked like the picture of him, and the other picture she showed me, and his dad had a tracheotomy, you know, and his parents, it looked like it could be his mom and his siblings. I said, Dad, you don't get it. This person does exist, and that is their family, but my dad's just not quite getting it. Oh my gosh.
Well, one of the things that's been going on for a while is the picture of that guy holding up an I love you, you know, in some in foreign country. And that girl, I showed her that, and she went off at me. I said, that's a fake picture.
The glasses or magnifier. Oh my goodness, yeah, we just can't believe, I mean, that my sister, we knew she's always been naive, but we never thought she'd be this naive and stupid, really.
Well, your sister's got a little bit of greed in her, too. When they start waiting, and they do, that $2 million and to recoup this thing. I mentioned doctors and lawyers. This guy up in Michigan, he is so gifted, he's so good, that he bilks these guys out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, these big guys. And he shows them text messages. He goes, oh, Hillary just texted me, said the money will be here tomorrow. And they go out to an airport, and he goes, oh, Hillary just texted and said they can't land today, it'll be tomorrow. And it goes on and on and on. Text messages from Hillary Clinton because he killed Bin Laden. And, you know, it's just crazy what people will fall for and believe. And both those guys were ruined financially by that phone, and he just moves on to another guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horrible people. Well, thanks so much, John. I appreciate it.
That's the only way this is really going to work. I send out letters of verification telling people that so-and-so was never a Navy SEAL. But this one, some of these get really, really deep. And that's why you got the phone call from me. I got a soft spot for the ladies there that are being duped by these guys. You know, most of them are, you know, my neighbor Bob Smith is claiming to be a SEAL. I'll just verify. But then you got guys like this that are out there scamming. And,
it's tough. Terrible people out there. It's a sad situation. But yeah, thank you so much. That's the first step to try to make her realize, but we're just trying to decide, you know, how to do it. It's probably best not to just text the information to her or email her. We should probably be there in person and, you know, try to I don't know. My dad's like, I'm afraid, she might hurt herself if she finds out this dream guy is not real. I'm like, she needs to come down to reality now and stop trying to give other people's money away or yours and just take care of her two little boys, they're 3 and 5.
That's right. Now she's thinking of a better life for them, a better life for herself. That's how these guys roll. They are playing. She is eating every shovelful of shit he throws at her.
Mm-hmm.
And for the right reasons. She's a decent, I'm sure she's a very fine woman and just wants a better thing for everyone. And this guy is preying on her. He's preying on her. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Well, I hope to get hold of my parents and hopefully get back to you today in the next few hours. All right. Thanks so much, Don. I appreciate your call.
You're very welcome. Have a good
All right. You have a great day. Bye.
The victimless crime. The victimless crime. Why do you go after these guys? They're just harmless liars. They just tell lies. No, they don't. No, they don't.
And he opened it, and it was all tinfoil wrapped, like money supposedly, and he took a sample, and he was washing the money and washing it and processing it, and then he showed that they're all defaced money. Defaced.
Was that made weird?
He said that's how the big rich people can get money in and out of the country, even Trump and stuff,
Right.
without it being seen. Without it being seen. Yeah, I didn't either, but they erased it with some chemical solution, and then if you wash it in water and different chemicals, then you can see the face.
They brought a big trunk.
They open it up, what do you see?
It was sort of like a bundles of money or whatever, they all like covered with black.
Some bundles of black bills.
Yes.
Police call it the black money trick. Two huge men Two big guys show up with a crate of money. Exactly. But it's all dyed black. It's all dyed black. But the scammers have an explanation for that, as apparently they had to dye it black to smuggle it out of Africa.
Exactly. And they explained to her that this money now has to be reconverted into usable money. And the only way to do that is to dip it into this very extremely expensive chemical in order to make the money legal so that you can use it.
Sergeant Perez says most of the so-called money is just plain black paper. But in a magic trick fit for Houdini, he showed us how the thieves convinced Shireen that the money was real by washing a couple of select bills before her very eyes.
And between 2 bills.
And when he cleaned those bills, what was revealed?
It was $200.
$200 bills.
Yeah, it was
real $100 bills.
Exactly.
They hand her the money so that she can, for the first time, see and feel the money in her hands. And they go so far as to telling her, hey, listen, you don't have to take our word for it. Take this money and go out to the store and go spend it. So that they can really convince her that this money is so real and it's all right there.
Of course, it's all a trick to get more money. The scammers use simple supplies, Elmer's glue, and some iodine to put a black coating on a couple of real bills. After it dries, the black is easy to wash off. But the thieves say they're using special chemicals, and they're very expensive. So it's another big fee to pay before you can actually spend your fortune.
Hi, Don.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Don. I'm so sorry. I know it's 8 o'clock there, so you might have already been ready for bed.
No, I'm
Put you on speaker?
Kurt and Dale, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my sister Julie's in the room, but she doesn't really want to talk to me. Take my day. I'm hungry. Here's Don.
Hi, Don. I just heard her father and Julie, and we just read over that 2-page letter that you sent to us. I really appreciate that. But I mean, this is Julie's right next to me. She's kind of distraught with this coming out. Does it sound like he's so much in love and he was going to marry it all come? He's been going to come the last 2 weeks and he never come. Plus, he never gives us. I asked yesterday. I said I want a phone number of him directly and a phone number of his mother. in Massachusetts or something because he was supposedly given an inheritance of $2 million from his grandfather. And then we heard the mother was hawking her $400-500 rate for $140 to get by. The father, had a tracheotomy. We saw a picture of the family it looked like, and he did have a tracheotomy in there. But anyway, I said if the father or mother, and it would have to be their father, then they gave it. If they gave him $2 million, they obviously would have given their daughter or father probably $3 or $4 million. And they tell him that. But okay, she just told me he's right now. He's currently in custody of the U.S. with the U.S. government, and somehow they won't release the $2 million, even though he's putting it in Julie's name supposedly, and they had to get to yeah. Yeah, you tell that little. Okay, that money supposedly in customs in San Francisco, and now the delegate, he had 2 delegates going to Washington D.C. or something with him or alone to petition that you get out of the SEAL service after 10 years or something. You sign it for 10 more years, and they charged money. We had to send a Julie money to transport them airfare and stuff in Washington D.C. and they were successful in getting them out from Washington D.C. And now whichever somebody one of those was supposed to deliver that big money to Julie and get her name, but now supposedly when he found out that it was $2 million, now instead of 18 million or something, or 18,000,000, he now wants 39,000 because it's such a large amount or something. But I don't know what, but it's we thought it was so fishy. That's why we're checking out. We didn't want to hurt our daughter, but we didn't want her to get hurt. I mean, we could never, she's never talked to him in person. It's just all these texts. But she's kind of sad right next to it. You know more than me. Just say, you don't want to talk. Okay, I'm sorry.
Let me just help you, sir. And Julie and Gail, Navy SEALs are the #1 impersonated group in this nation professionally. Your chances of bumping into a living, breathing Navy SEAL are like bumping into Trump at your local beer joint. I mean, there are fewer than 10,000 of us alive on this planet today. Since 1943, where we got our start, there are fewer than 10,000 men alive today. 2,500 of those guys are on active duty. My son is one of them. All my friends are. I retired from 24 years, and that is why I go after these guys. Not only is it the #1 impersonated group in this nation, a lot of these guys are phony religious guys as well. They drop that ministry bomb. They drop the holy bomb, the Christian bomb. ChristianMingle.com is the worst dating website on this planet. Oh, he must be a SEAL because he claims he's a Christian as well. And then they played into that greed card. And I could go, this is all I do all day. I've done it for years. I've verified thousands upon thousands of these frauds. And it's always the same song and dance. And they will play to that greed card of these millions of dollars, tracheotomies, their daughters have cancer, people killed in these tragic events. It never stops, sir. Julie, Gail, Kurt, you've been conned. It's an elaborate ruse. And that guy, that's the way cons are. They are made to seem absolutely believable. They are perfected and perfected. And sociopaths and narcissists, if you and I get called out for being a liar, or we make a mistake and someone calls us out, we're devastated by it. The sociopaths and narcissists only use that as a learning tool to better their bullshit. And they will build that story better and better. There's no telling how many people he's doing this to, but he is making a lot of money off it. He was never a SEAL. He's not interested in any ministry. I don't doubt his father or anyone else has that. You're probably talking to a skinny Nigerian.
Boy, oh boy, this is, that's what we were kind of afraid of. But we want the best, of course, for our daughter. We want her to be happy as can be, and she wants a Christian mate, and I mean, she went through a
She
divorce
got 2
recently with a
fucking
guy that
kids.
just wasn't good, and now she thought she met the dream of her life, and they're starting a new life. And even looks at a picture they were considering of a beautiful house in Redding, California, moving there. Oh yeah, I think we should put in put an offer on that one. I mean, they make it sound so unbelievable. But then he went. I mean, they're telling she's never heard his voice, and I said I've got to hear his voice. Get the phone number. Why doesn't have a phone? I said, well, for 19 to 29.95, you can get one of those ones where you can put 100 or 200 minutes on it. When they run out, you add more to it. So tell him to do that in your text. And then I said, I want to also have the number of your mom, because we saw that picture and it looked like he had, I don't know what, maybe 2 brothers and a sister or 2, and the family, and he was on there. The dad had to trade you out and stuff a little bit. But yeah, it's not him, obviously, but you know, and the stolen pictures. And I've talked to his sister in England, and you can do anything on the phone today. The area codes that they scams. The military is a specific target now. They're all in Syria and Lebanon, and they need money to come home. Just, I want to marry you. It's always a woman that has a couple of kids that is vulnerable that they'll go after. And it's just, I know it's hard to believe, and I feel terrible for Julie right now, but that's the way these cons are designed to do. They are believable, and then there's nothing there. So either she pulls the plug on this guy and he gets back to her and he tells her another line of shit, and that's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah, it's incredible. And now, of course, what was I going to say? He wanted a while back, I don't know if it was 18 or 22,000 for that. And now the delegate that's supposed to deliver over here heard how much money it was, 2 million. So now he increased. He wants 39,000 instead of the 18 or 22,000. Georgia. Oh yeah, tell him that. Well, that's me, Julie. Yeah, long story, but I went to Atlanta, Georgia. He had me go there because he had to somehow get me some money and be the beneficiary and stuff like that. And he was in Washington D.C. and he was gonna fly from the base because he had gotten out to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and we were gonna meet there. And he was gonna be delivered the money and like his inheritance and all this stuff. And we actually went there and he never came, but some guy came. He was this big like African guy, and he was rolling this huge safe. And he opened it, and it was all tinfoil wrapped like money supposedly, and and he took a sample, and he was washing the money and washing it and processing it, and then he showed that they were all defaced money. Defaced. Was that he said that no, he said that's how the big rich people can get money in and out of the country, even Trump and stuff, right, without it being seen. Without it being seen. Yeah, I didn't either, but they erased it with some chemical solution, and then if you wash it in water and different chemicals, then you can see the face. So I don't know how that happened. I would try to Google that and look at it, but again, it's all part of this. And when you're talking about $20,000 or $30,000, there's a lot of guys out there that would do an awful lot of things with an awful lot of people to set some ruse up like that and get it. I've got a guy, my favorite story on all these guys is this nut. He is a skinny, pasty little Weasley prick, and I have YouTubed that clown before. I've spoke to him on the phone. He doesn't look anything like what you'd think a seal would look like. He is a Weasley, skinny-armed, slight, pasty face, and he has a number of people, doctors, psychiatrists, very distinguished bankers, all of them believing that he killed bin Laden. And he was on the helicopter that crashed in the compound with bin Laden, and they have to take him to a secret facility
with very specialized doctors to pull out pieces of this helicopter that are still in his body, because those pieces, these little tiny shrapnel pieces, are so sensitive. And he gets frequent text messages from Hillary Clinton promising them the $10 million. And if they'll all be patient and help pay into this while I wait for the government to reimburse me for killing bin Laden, we're all going to get rich. The doctor and the psychiatrist have both hung up on me on the phone. The guy's got a lengthy criminal record. I have his military records because there's none to show. He's never served a single day in the military. He's a convicted felon about 20 times over. And he is so good that they will hang up on me on the phone. It's just this elaborate ruse. They just keep giving him money, hoping that the plane is going to land today. And they all get together in these little RVs, and they go out to the airport. And sure enough, when Hillary's about to get off the plane, he comes up with another excuse why the plane isn't going to land today. But be patient, give me some more money. And the text messages are from Hillary Clinton. They're not really, but it shows up like that because they manipulate this. You've been conned. There's no other way around it. Sometimes you just got to cut your losses. You can search me, look up what it is that I do. The database, I'll send you a point of contact at the Naval Special Warfare Command in San Diego, who will verify the same information I did, that that guy was never a SEAL. We're not even sure of his name, so it's hard to even try to pull records, military records for it. But he's a ghost. He's a con man.
Yeah, he originally said his name was a little bit manipulated to Goodwin. It was actually Goodwin McKinley David, and then suddenly it becomes David McKinley.
No.
I've heard the last, I've heard the last, I don't know what, 3 weeks maybe or so, that he's coming today, tomorrow. Oh, he can't come until Friday. And now supposedly he was maybe going to come this Friday. Of course, we're leaving on that tonight. He would never come. But if he, we're not going to be here if somebody happened to show up, and stuff. I've heard a lot of these people are from, they don't want to talk to you because they got an accent from the Far East or something.
Absolutely. They write. Maybe you could look back over your text messages or emails and get a drop of the Queen's English and there, a little bit of broken stuff. But these are those Nigerian scams. And while he's talking to Julie, he's probably talking to 20 other women as well. They're elaborate. They go on for years and years. Sometimes to build that trust and that faith in them, and then they get them. If you have a phone number for it, you got a number for that guy?
No.
Just texting all the time.
How do you get a text message without a phone number?
Well, you can get text from Facebook first of all, and then Kik and Hangouts. It's instant messages. They don't need a phone number affiliated with that. You just need a phone.
It's still not clicking. Your parents don't need anyone else to be put out. Anyone else to be put out anymore or stressed.
My ticket today, and then something happens. So I've been held in this. They're holding up my money, but I'm gonna try to get it this week, and nothing ever happens. That goes. It's just, real quick. He had a neighbor here in the last year that was going to marry a Russian lady, and they're communicating all the time. And he said he sent her $6,000 to get her airfare and all this over here and do it. And then he said, actually, I sent her $20,000, but she's coming on the plane tomorrow. And Luke said, I'll bet you'll get a call from her that she fell down and broke her leg or her arm or a leg, I guess it was. And then he got a call the next day that she had fallen on the escalator and broke her arm, not her leg, but so he can't come. So he wanted more money.
this video is my last video I'm ever posting anywhere for probably for good. I have been a prisoner in my own home with no escape, no way out.
How's it going, everybody? Cyrax is the living embodiment of don't meet your heroes right now, because as he claims, he was a huge fan of Wavy Web Surfer, and Wavy Web Surfer done him so wrong. He put Rax getting arrested in a video, and Rax just wasn't going to take it anymore, guys. He can't take this no more. And he told Wavy it's all going down his channel. Bye-bye. He is now a detractor, hater, and Rax is finally going to stand up for himself. And how is he going to stand up for himself? Well, he's kicking it old school. He's going back on panel, raging at Wavy Web Surfer, quote-unquote Wavy Web Surfer, and anyone trying to step in his way. He's got important things going on right now, like working on getting sued by Nintendo himself, as he makes a new game, like, based off of it. And if he was looking at the recent news of what Nintendo's doing, I wouldn't mess with that at all, because Nintendo, they can be scum sometimes. Or just about.
I've made this way more complicated than I need to, and I'm really frustrated. This is a classic Simple Bugs video, this one. Oh man. Good afternoon, it's almost evening actually. Today is a weird video. Very weird video, very random, but I'm excited about it and I'm going to film it anyway. So, for those of you who are new, my name's Chris. I am converting this very noisy at the moment box truck into a work living space. I've been doing it for quite a few months, and one thing that has happened today that I was not expecting, but is very typical of this van life journey, but one of my lights has broken. Don't know why, don't know what's happened. So this light underneath here, this LED light strip, is no longer working. So I noticed over the past few days that sometimes it's taken a while to be detected by the app on the phone, but now it just isn't being recognized at all. So we're going to take a look at that. But the other thing is I am going to, I've got a tiny little project that I'm going to make that's video game based, and it's quite exciting for me, and I'm going to film it because maybe some of you are interested in it, maybe not, but part of van life for me now especially is gaming. So if you're into gaming, there's an interesting little project here that you may be interested in. So let's kick off with the important task first, which is fixing this light. This is my lighting cabinet. It's actually way tinier than it normally is, but it's still definitely very untidy and unfinished. So what we have here as of right now is 3 out of the 4 light switches that I have. These are light controllers for the LEDs. This one that's not lit up, I am almost certain, yes, this is the desk light. So the fact that it's not lit up says to me that this unit is broken. So that makes sense. The other 2 are lit up. You can see these little green lights on the top. These 2 are lit up, so they are the working ones, and this one is a non-working one. So that says to me that there's no power going to the desk light, or the light unit is broken. So let's try something first. Let's troubleshoot. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to press and hold the button to see if it's, which it does not. The old jiggle test. Nothing going on there. Okay, so it looks like that one is possibly broken. So let's figure this out. I have a couple of spare light keys that I can try out, so let's do that. This is my spare lighting unit, so let's open it up and I can show you how it works. So basically, with these lighting units, it's super simple. This is the SP63XE series LED. They also all come with a little mini screwdriver to be able to do these things, which is awesome. because I'm always forgetting where I put my screwdriver. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the unit and see if it works. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to turn off the electricity. Are we? Hold on. What we're going to do is we're going to yank the fuse. Is that a terrible idea? No, we're going to turn... think, Chris, think. First thing we're going to do is we're going to turn off all the power before we swap the unit out. That's what we're going to do, because that's the safe thing to do. Chris always does things the safe way. That change from blue to pink is changing from the grid power to the solar power, but we're also going to turn that off, and we are going to turn the battery off, disconnect that as well. We will have 0 light, which means we get to open the windows. So we can have some actual light. Beautiful. So first thing is disconnecting the solar, which is this switch here. Boom, which then brings it onto battery, which is why it goes red. In fact, then what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the inverter completely. Okay, inverter is off completely. Then we are going to disconnect the battery, which is this. That battery is now off. So normally I'd have to have a flashlight in these situations because it's just a solid box. But because I have windows, I actually have some light coming in and I can see what I'm doing, which is really weird. My gloves are elsewhere, so I'm going to put on some rubber gloves because I don't have my work gloves. Single-use gloves are better than no gloves at all when dealing with electricity. I don't trust electricity. Look at these sunbeams coming into my truck. Look at the way the light's falling on this. Like a little Instagram photo. Okay, so this is the one that we're going to replace. What I'm going to do is I'm going to screw in the new one here, because there's a gap for it, and just swap over these wires to this one here. Very easy. Okay, good. Because there's no power going to that new one, it's a power issue. It's a delivery issue on those cables, which means that it's likely that it's a fuse, which is strange because they're supposed to blink when a fuse is gone, but not always. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna replace the fuse and see what happens. If it's a fuse, then that's a good thing, I think. Because it means the unit isn't damaged. And my mind automatically went to the worst case scenario. So let's take a 4 and 12 volts, and cars use it as well for the 12 volt electrical. So one of the first things that I bought was just every type of blade fuse possible. So I'm going to turn off the electrical again, off the battery. So this fuse board came with pre-made labels. So my desk light is labeled as deck lights. So let's take this off. And double check that fuse. This fuse looks like it's actually intact. You can see that very well, which is not great. We're going to pull out completely and turn it back on and see what happens. I think I've mislabeled my lights for a start.
turn this light out. So when I followed the wire down, this is actually the one that goes to the desk. It's mislabeled. So this bullshit is bullshit. We need to ignore that for now. This is the problem. But this was lighting up. So we can figure this one out. Okay. This means it was probably just a synchronization problem and I didn't need to do any of this stuff. Yes. Brilliant. Okay, let's try this again. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the fuse back into that one. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to put the fuse back into that top one that we thought was desk light, but it's not, I think. Okay, so then we're going to turn the power back on. Okay, power back on. Then, yes. So then that green light comes back on. So that's definitely the fuse to this one. Which means that this is the desk light, which means the power is going to it. So if I press that, oh my god, it's back. It just needed resetting. Watch. Okay. So we fixed it. Oh man, this is a good thing. We fixed it. We also found the source of the problem, which is that the labeling on the light switches is wrong, which is good to know. It's very good to know. That's hilarious. Okay, that was unusual. That was not something that I was expecting. But we learned in real time, and now we know better. So just to summarize what happened, if this wasn't clear, I replaced a LED light controller that didn't need replacing. I guess I switched over from one to the other, and all that needed to be done was for me to turn off the power on the controller that wasn't working and turn it back on again. That's all I needed to do, but I didn't. What? Okay. The good thing about this is that the new one that I reinstalled has some fresh new terminal ends on them, which makes them a lot more secure. There's one thing that I haven't told anyone, and that's in my video where I put up and installed these lights, I put up 2, and I said I was going to do the rest later. I just didn't. That's the God's honest truth. I didn't connect the 3 other lights that I was going to. Simply for the fact that these 2 have been fine. So I technically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 5 controllers, and only 2 lights actually connected. This here is dangling down. The reason why is because I have to solder the ends of them, and it's so fiddly, and it just is so tiring to me that I've always just put it off. So, slight pivot for this video. What I'm actually going to do is my secret project I'm going to do in another video. In this video, I'm going to finish installing my lights. Next step is to put terminals on the switches that need it. Then what needs to be done is I need to solder this to this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish off these lights. Safely manage to put terminals on all of those lights for now. That is the next thing on my list. Reattach this light to its little light whatever controller thing for ages, and it's just, I'm really frustrated. I have no idea what's happening. There's obviously something wrong with one of the wires, but I've realized that I do not like it. It's like super messy, it doesn't like join up properly, so I'm feeling a little bit frustrated right now because I thought it was going to be a chill evening just soldering these 3 wires so I can put my light above my sofa, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening. So I don't really know what to do. Is you don't have to solder them. You don't have to solder the wires. They actually come with actual connectors. These are not the connectors though. These ones are for a different set of lights for the company. This really isn't this hard. It's not. This should not be that hard. It's LED lighting. I don't know what the trouble is here, to be honest with you. Why do we keep messing around with it? Oh, shit, son. That light you're seeing is from the exact light that I just wired up to a different controller. The reason why it's to a different controller, I'm quite frustrated with myself, is because I was just connecting to the wrong controller. You know what I've just realized, like right now? I should not be doing stuff. I should not be doing any stuff in the evenings unless it's just relaxing. That is one thing that I've just realized just now, because I'm so tired from my work day. I know that I go on about this all the time, and I'm like, why? But I've just realized my own flaw is that when I am putting my mind to do complicated stuff or mildly taxing stuff in the evening, I screw it up because I spend about 3 years doing the wrong thing, and it takes me a long time to realize. So I am now going to make sure that I am just relaxing in the evenings, and I'm just going to work during the day. That is the promise to myself, and you're catching it live. Anyway, we've stopped talking nonsense. We can actually talk about what happened. Here is the light, working, all fine, all good. It's literally the same as what happened earlier on in this video that you'll be seeing. I just connected it to the wrong controller, so there you go. Yeah. Lighter, darker, cooler, warmer. Okay, cool. So we have a working light. Great. That's good. Now I need to put this in one of these, and we're going to put it up on there, basically. So it should be fairly quick. So basically I just have one more that I need to put up there, which I already have one up there. It doesn't have any soldering on it. I might just swap it with this one, solder those wire ends together, and call it done. I've made this way more complicated than I need to. I need to stop doing stuff tired, man. And it's such a silly bugger. Okay, let's carry on. I did it. The place is a mess, as it always is when I'm doing the most simple thing in the world. But I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. Let's set them all the same color. Okay. And put them on pretty bright, actually. It's very bright. Wild how bright it is. I've got one more here that I may put here, actually. Just directly next to this and just double it up. Perhaps that's what I'll do. I'm not 100% certain. So each of the lights gives the room a different configuration each time. For example, when you have like just the kitchen light on and just the middle light on, it just gives you a kitchen. And you feel like that's one room. And then if you have the kitchen lights on and the desk lights on, that's the desk, that's the office. So that's that configuration. When you have all three of these on, the desk, the kitchen, and the middle one, then it just gives you like a front section room. And then when you have just the living room light on, then it just keeps you in a little cozy mode and darkens this area, and it gives you your own little living room sort of space. So each of the lights creates its own little room. So I've definitely felt that with the kitchen and the desk light. And I imagine this off, these lights will create their own little rooms. So projects at night time, because I don't do good. I've just been house sitting for a few days, and I've been back to the truck. So I've had my security system on for the whole time, so I can check in on the cameras and stuff. But I just got back to the truck, and because I totally forgot that I had finally inserted these two lights, as I turn the lights on, I feel so good in here. Gotta be honest with you, it feels so good in here having like bright lights, having some light from the windows as well, just opening these bad boys up, having some real light coming in. And even though the place is a mess, the fact that I have so much light, let's turn it up a little bit more, a tiny bit more. Come on. Yeah. Woo! So these are all the lights on full. I've got the light coming in from the outside. It's on a nice daylight colour. And it feels like that it's not the inside of a box truck, which I think is a good thing. But I just wanted to give you a bit of an update as to the lighting situation, just in terms of the general atmosphere that these lights give. Now that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, definitely changes the vibe of the truck. Please don't judge the state of the truck, especially the towel hanging there. Just judge the vibe of the lighting. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty happy with it. And as with everything, should have done it.
And shit, the way you be losing money in the fucking casino, bro, I beg to differ. I might as well just direct deposit my check to fucking Rainbet. It feels weird seeing you up in the daytime.
Dispel 000. I just lost $300 I won off $1 I got free, I'm sick in the head.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that shit too. I'm trying to chase wins or chase losses. I do that shit more than anything, man. I get like dropped like a couple hundred in my pocket, free and clear. I could just walk away. And I'll be like, well, if I walk away now, you know, maybe I can get something bigger. It's just greed, man.
Dispel 000. I am the greediest, that's why I try and do everything myself, but I'm learning that is not the way.
Well, at least you actually learn, man. Most people, it's like they'll lose and then they won't fucking learn from that shit, you know? least a white
Dispel
bitch would have run it.
000. What are you pointing at your head for?
So I'm like, think, motherfucker. You know? The guy's merging onto the
Dispel
freeway. I'm in the lane,
000.
right? I'm like,
Slowly,
nigga, I
I
can
am
kill
a
you.
hands-on learner.
If you're a hands-on learner, you might want to try taking your hands off the motherfucking casino. Unfortunately, you have very few that you have very few people that will learn by just seeing someone go through some bullshit and then they'll be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do what he did. You know? Certain lessons I've learned very quick because the degree of pain that was involved in it. If you're not trying to pass me, motherfucker.
Dispel 000. I'm trying to quit Gamba. I cleared all my casino bookmarks. It's a habit for me to just open tabs and collect daily dollars and try to win. They got me good.
Yeah, that's the thing with fucking social media too. The dopamine hit that we get from seeing our notifications, like, oh, let me see what this and that. It's less about like who hit you up. It's less about what you win and more like the not knowing, the uncertainty of it. Which in reality, the certainty is that you're not gonna fucking win. But the possibility of winnings is like a dopamine hit, man. You fucking, that's really, because even if you won all like millions and millions of dollars, you wouldn't fucking quit. You'd be like, well, I wonder how far I can push this. You know, I'm on a roll type shit. I'm hot. It's very easy to control people, man, because we're just basically like chemical creatures. We're just like certain inputs and certain things. You can control people over that because that's really all we are. It's like chemicals and shit, vitamins and minerals. Fucking, if you know what synapse or what you know what triggers to do, you can control people fairly easy.
Dispel 000. I want to save up for this new 3D business. I think I got a winner. Dispel 000. 100% I suck at quitting LMAO.
I mean, shit, man. I think about that too. Like, I think about my dreams and aspirations and my goals, right? And I think that maybe if I wanted them bad enough, then I would achieve them faster. Because, you know, to want something is like, okay, yeah, no problem. But I put more time and effort into things that I don't necessarily want. So, is it truly that I want this thing, or is it more so the idea of it? Is the idea more captivating than the actual thing? You know? I think about shit like that sometimes.
Dispel 000. What is your goal? Nicaraguan marijuana farm? Serious question.
Honestly, man, you're not that far off. I mean, I think it's illegal over there, but that I would probably be closer to that than my actual goal, which is buying my own truck and trying my hand at trucking, but as an owner. But how the market is and shit, I just want to save up enough money just to be able to say that I could do it. You know, as it is right now with trucking the rates and shit, you're actually better off being a driver than an owner. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause owners is all fees and all fucking problems, and then the rates don't justify whatever you'll make. It's really fucked up from what I've got from everyone who I've spoken with. That, and I want to join the military next year, which is fucking ridiculous, seeing as how I'm like pushing fucking 40, but it's something I want to do, and I've just been thinking about it so much. It doesn't seem like a bad thing. I mean, if I can hang with the young niggas, then I'll be alright. Really, motherfucker?
Dispel 000. Do you think self-driving big rigs will be a thing soon?
Nah, hell no. I don't think that will be a reality at least for the next like 20 to 50 years. I really don't. But shit, inevitably, if I see that coming true, like sooner, I would just fucking start putting money into something else. You know what I want to ask you? Do you know anybody I could pay to finish my fucking degree? That would be really cool if you did know somebody who will go to school for me. That way I don't have to worry about that dumb shit. Because it would be cool finishing my degree, but I don't have the time. However, I do have the money, so
Dispel 000. What
just
degree?
a bullshit ass associate in arts. Nothing fancy. And I already did like most of it. I think I still owed him like a year or maybe 2 years, but I'm not sure. Maybe it might just be a year. Cause I got 12 credits, so
Dispel 000. Associates is a 2-year degree.
is it 24 credits? Either way, I gave them a year, so I probably just owe a year, which is not bad. What's going on here? Not my GoPro. He's so beautiful. He's so pretty.
Dispel 000. Why do you want it?
Um, just to have, just to say I did it, which really I'm cheating, so I won't be doing it. And I can get it myself, but if the price is right, and I think it will help me in the military. Well, at least I know I wouldn't go in like a fucking a E1. Even if I don't go in the military, it's just good to have. I could be like, yes, I've graduated. But can you help me or what? Why all these fucking questions, bro? What the fuck? I thought we was boys, man. Tell your Argentinian homeboy I need a degree. Ask him what he can do for me. You know what? I have somebody who does that shit actually professionally. Like, this nigga goes to school professionally for other people. He just does it online. I need to ask that nigga. So everybody's getting stingy with the fucking, with the
Dispel.
credentials.
You're lucky because you don't have roots anywhere. You could find the best business opportunities anywhere in USA and just move there and do it.
I mean, shit, we both have that. I think you don't have any kids, you just have your nephew, and I'm not sure if you're in any like relationship, you just got your family. So really the same can be said for both of us. Where's your Bugatti, motherfucker? Where is your Bugatti?
Dispel. I have an uncle who was in the weed business in Oakland. If you're black you get like priority access to Ms. Rejoina licensing, no joke.
Really? That's probably some DI fucking like black business bullshit. I would imagine that basically it's not that you're going into marijuana, you're going into farming. But instead of selling to a grocery store, you're just like, how does that shit work? You sell your weed to dispensaries or what? It's not going into weed, it's going into farming. Not a bad business. I would love to live off the land, honestly. And weed? Oh my god. I wonder if I could open a medicinal cocaine farm. That'd be great. It would just be buying land and learning agriculture. I'm sure you couldn't just fucking. Probably could do it indoors, but I think the price would be just so high that you wouldn't make any
Dispel.
profit.
He literally hired a black lady who was crazy flaky to get his license. He made edible gummies, and yet he would just go to weed shops and shoot the shit with owners and ask to sell there.
Oh. So what you're saying is that I wouldn't even need the farm. I would just need marijuana products, which I could buy from a cheap farm and sell for more expensive. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
There's different licenses. You can buy extract for cooking and baking wholesale and make like bagels if you wanted to. There's another license for delivery services.
I would actually like to get into the like edible side of that shit, because first of all I love cooking and I love getting high, so those are two passions of mine. And I feel like the people who make edibles, they don't make them shits right. Like, they fuck it up. I feel like I make better edibles than people who are actually professionals, supposedly. I honestly believe that shit in my fucking head.
Disval. They have fast-acting edibles now. Shit's crazy.
Damn. I've been out of I haven't smoked weed for like probably 10 years. Probably more than that, honestly.
Disval. What would you bake?
Just the classics. Fucking brownies. Cookies, not really. Cake is good. Um, I mean, basically any fucking bread or pastry that you can put butter in, because I think that that's how I fucking because I feel as if they use vegetable butter or vegetable margarine, and I don't think that, although marijuana is a vet or a plant, I think that it gets you crazy high when you use real butter. When you put that shit with the weed, because weed sticks to fat cells. That's why it takes so long for that shit to come out of you, because it sticks to your fat. So the leaner you are is the less longer that weed stays in your system. But I feel like they put some weird art, like artificial bullshit in it. Yeah, I'll fuck up some brownies, man. I'll make them shits crazy. I mean, I've even made rice with weed in it, and motherfuckers have been like passed out high. So this is years and years ago. Washed up and don't know it.
Disval.
You could call them wake and bakes, or like fucking weeds on wheels. I don't fucking know. Yeah, refrigerated meals. That's fucking crazy. Or frozen marijuana infused meals or desserts. But I wonder if microwaving it will fuck up the weed. Because when I cook that shit in butter, you use heat, but you do it as low as possible. Damn. You fucking like really fucking smart, man. It's actually a great fucking idea. I wonder if it's
Disval.
even
Personal weed chef.
yes, I'm Wiz Khalifa's personal chef, or Snoop Dogg's private chef. But it don't seem like Snoop Dogg chef would be making any money, because that nigga don't eat shit. He's like a fucking scarecrow. They really look like the opposite of weed heads because weed heads get the munchies and fucking go crazy in the fridge. So I don't know what the fuck going on with them. Unless they're
Disavow.
just smoking all that weed to
There
come
was
down
this
off
guy
something
who
else.
faked working in the Hamptons as a private chef and went viral on TikTok and got real jobs in the Hamptons.
Oh shit. Hey, he faked it till he made it, man. That motherfucker parlayed that shit. He parlayed a fake profession into a real one. God bless him. And if he's good at it, why not? You know, I don't think that you're a better chef because you went to a university. You know what I'm saying? Chef is like a guitarist or a musician or a fucking a hairstylist. Just because you went to a uni to learn it, if anything, that kind of hinders you. Because you have self-taught people who are brilliant. You know.
Disavow. I would trust you in my house if you said you were a Disavow. Connection dodgy. I missed your quick wit reply.
Yeah, basically what I was saying is they said some shit about how would you trust me if I told you I was a pit boss or like a professional blackjack dealer or like a bottle boy or one of those casino professions? You probably trust me a lot more. I do look the part though. I definitely look like someone who knows his way around the sativa and the indica. So I know my strands, bro. Kind bud. I just want to get to this fucking truck stop, man, so I can eat this half a rotisserie chicken and take another nap.
Disavow. Nah, I trust you regardless. I meant like I think old rich white people would trust you.
I think so too. Um, I mean, my first impression is maybe not the best in most cases, but once I start speaking, it's like, oh, okay. Um, I help old ladies across the street. Shit. Fuck nuts. Have a nice guy. smart fella.
Dispel. My chicken.
Basically, get some panko fucking breadcrumbs. You get your little egg wash. You season the shit in Italian seasoning, your chicken breast. It helps if you beat them. If you beat the fucking breast in like plastic, and then you dip them in the egg, you roll them in panko, and then you fry those fuckers. Fry them in some olive oil. Then you take the But do they make that shit? They put it on. Yeah, but in if my recollection serves me right, they put those fucking the chicken cutlets that's fried on top of the sauce. They don't saturate it in sauce because then you're frying a crispy piece of something that's supposed to be crispy, and then putting sauce that's gonna make it soggy. It's, nigga, my stepdad makes a badass fried eggplant. All jokes aside, he makes a great fried eggplant. Or is that the one that they fry it and then they put a layer of sauce and they bake it in cheese? I forgot. I'm not I haven't been on my Italian shit.
Well, it appears as though the case revolving Ken Panama and the meteorite alien organism, whatever it was, is coming to an end. In this next, and what may be the last video of this creature, he takes it and releases it in the wild, basically in a body of water in some sort of building. Now the question still remains, was this real or was it an elaborate hoax?
Hey,
And there's that
motherfucker.
Mississippi River theory going around that this was all a hoax
No
geared
shit.
towards bringing awareness to pollution, not only in Panama, but worldwide destruction of Earth. If this really is that Matthew Floyd, he is a genius. Because millions all around the world tuned in to see this thing was, and if it was an alien organism that crash landed on Earth. Take a look at this, comment below, and tell me what you think.
Of course it won't fucking fake. What are you, fucking retarded?
quise embarcar.
I wonder about you.
I still think this whole thing was just an elaborate hoax that got way too out of hand. That
No
got
shit.
way bigger than this guy ever thought it would get. Now I think he's just acting like he tried to kill it. But I did tell you guys I would follow this story to its conclusion. I added in the clip of the thing moving in the water. I'm pretty sure that came from someone else's TikTok channel, not Panama Ken's, but that's supposed to be that alien being. I think his video was intended to show that he drowned the thing, and then someone else created the clip of it swimming because they're wanting to keep this story going. There's a Reddit user who claims that this is a silicone-based polymer known as PDMS mixed with hexane. Apparently, as PDMS absorbs hexane, it expands, and he says that when the solvent evaporates unevenly, the polymer contracts irregularly, creating jerky, breathing-like motions. I can't help but to assume that's the explanation.
My
It just
messages
doesn't make
don't
sense
send.
that some government would not.
Why? I don't believe you. Why did that one just send? I don't know why that's crazy to me. Seeing a white bitch with long ass fingernails in a bonnet, I don't know. It's like, it's some, I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
Dispel. We need a dono goal for that $600 Trucker's Choice 5G booster.
That's gonna be the next thing. I already burned up like 300 and. But then how would I get that to work with a fucking 5G home internet router? If anything, I have to mod the router. There's like how-to videos on the internet of how you can mod your T-Mobile router and put like bigger antennas on that shit. That's really what I should have tried from the beginning.
Dispel. Google it, I'm sure it would work for $600.
Man, I don't want to fucking waste that money on some shit that I can't even use though. Already did that with Starlink. That's gonna bring me up to a grand total of like damn near $1,000 for bullshit I can't even use. I mean, I'm American, but not that American. I mean, I'm sure I will have use for a cell phone signal booster anywhere I go, but it's not like a small amount of money, you know what I'm saying? I don't see why those things have to be that expensive anyway. It's not like the technology is new. sit beside me all fucking day?
Dispel 000. Test.
Damn, bro, you going from one fucking platform to the next. God damn, I'm sorry. It's like you on the job, man. I don't know why YouTube works. It works fine. I'm watching YouTube right now.
Dispel 000. Amazon, and if it doesn't work, return it. I can send you $100 here and
Let's do this. Let me try and fucking put bigger antennas on my router.
Dispel
If that
000.
doesn't work, then I'll buy that shit.
It's worth it to me not to have to switch platforms. Haha, ID just lose it gambling anyway.
Still, you have better use for your hard-earned money. And besides, shit, take out your nephew, man. Buy him some Jordan basketball shoes. Anything else would be better than that. Well, let me try to mod my router first. If that doesn't work, then yeah. Well, then again, I mean, it is Amazon, so I can return it. You're right. I'll just test it out for 30 days. Basically, it's an Amazon rental. There was a guy who bought 12-pound anvils on Amazon and kept returning them every month. Just that's anger. got 20 minutes left, my brother. Then I'm out of here. I'm finna take me a little nice, well-deserved nap.
Intervene if this is real. It could possibly be anything but a hoax. But what do y'all think? Are any of you still convinced?
Have you been following what's been going on in Pace, Florida? Residents were asleep when they were startled awake by a crazy, weird sound coming out of the sky around 5 a.m. Check it out.
Area, I was called 911 and they said they've gotten like over 50 calls about it. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Are we breathing in something we shouldn't be breathing in right now?
Almost no news outlets are reporting on this, and that is not all. Residents have seen strange lights coming out of the ocean right before dawn. So, what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like always, stay
I couldn't even keep count of all the videos I saw this morning of people posting this exact same thing standing in their own driveway, and I can certainly understand the panic that everybody was experiencing. That would absolutely be extremely unnerving, to say the least. However, I kept digging, trying to find the answer to this, and I actually found it. This next clip I'm about to play will show you what was going on.
Dispel. I just googled how it works. The booster is a standalone repeater. It captures and amplifies the signal so it will work with any and all 5G connections including home router. Dispel. There is an outdoor antenna and indoor antenna. They recommend you be 8 to 10 feet away from the indoor antennae.
How much? How much is that gonna be?
Dispel. Slightly less than $600 on Amazon.
What are the reviews like? Do people say that shit works, especially like mobile? Because if that's the case, I could if it's free overnight, I could pick that bitch up tomorrow. Really? Or I probably should wait till at least till I get back to Miami. But I could just buy it like how I went to that Amazon Dropbox over there in Virginia. I could just search for a Dropbox and have it sent there and pick it up on my way.
Dispel. Reviews are good. I don't want to talk you into another purchase LMAO. I was just curious how it worked.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't just you. It was fucking Casper too. Y'all niggas was peer pressuring me into buying that funky ass Starlink. But I justified it. Oh yeah, and Starlink is now on sale for fucking half of what I paid. So ain't that a bitch? And I waited too long to return it because fucking Best Buy doesn't allow you anything after 15 days. They won't allow you to return it. So I got fucked on that one, but I'm gonna need a Starlink anyways. I just wish I could have paid less.
Dispel. You waited too long?
Yeah, because I would have returned it and then just bought the cheaper one because they're both the same model. But yeah, I waited too fucking long, man. And Best Buy doesn't give you 30 days. They only give you fucking 15. Unless you're part of their Best Buy rewards program bullshit. or it's like a service you gotta pay for. But I thought 30 days is customary. Like, what the fuck? That's why I don't really go to Best Buy unless it's some shit that I like. Like, they force you into going there. They're like a car dealership. Yep. And I see that they haven't hit my card because I'm wondering, I haven't paid for the service. I only paid 1 month, but they say you can pause it, and I wonder if it pauses automatically. Because I don't even have that bullshit hooked up, so I hope that you can, but then they haven't charged my card. I think you just pay, like, as you go or some shit. Who the fuck knows?
Dispel. How are you so reckless with your money, LMAO?
Well, I have a gambling addiction, but I don't gamble in casinos. I gamble with my fucking life.
You're supposed to be the responsible one.
Hell no, I don't know who the fuck lied to you. I tell you, when I get off this job, I'm practically a fucking gang member, nigga. I do all type of shit, and it's not even for a reason. Everywhere I go on that motorcycle, I speed. I carry a gun at all fucking times. I carry cash on me at times. Fucking nigga, like, I need to slow down, bro. I need a chill pill. Is what I need. I got ants in my pants. If I'm the responsible one, then shit, then what are you? You must be Mother Teresa.
Dispel. You should slow down, that's crazy.
I know, but shit, it feels crazy. I mean, after the fact, it feels crazy. I do take needless risks from time to time. I mean, all jokes aside, I really do. I mean, there's some people that, like, they're just responsible all their lives, and they become responsible adults.
Dispel. Motorcycle is also dangerous AF. Other drivers will get you
I know,
killed.
my brother. I've been almost there several times. For whatever reason, God has decided not to punch my fucking clock, boy. But when he does, it's gonna be fucking glorious. It's gonna be a movie, man. I dropped that bitch like Evil Knievel. I dropped that bitch like I stole it. I still didn't even put the tag on it. Matter of fact, this is the fucking tag. I carried a tag in my fanny pack. I don't even have a tag on that bike. I drive that bitch everywhere at like fucking 100 miles an hour. And I didn't even put on the tag.
Don't do it. You can cheat death. I believe in you.
I believe so. I've been doing it all this time. I got a 40-year record going on. Shit. I've been very fortunate, but
In 2 miles, take the exit on the right.
yes, ma'am.
Dispel. How long until you pull over?
Nigga, 3 minutes. And trust and know, I've been holding my piss for like fucking 150 miles, so I got to go. And I'm hungry and a little bit tired. It's like when you get back into doing something, you're not like how you would have been. I've been dragging ass on this one, but it was spontaneous. It was like spare of the moment shit, you know? It's the truth. Here we go. The iron skillet. The iron skillet. I got some piss, nigga.
Take the exit on the right.
Yeah.
Then, turn left. Turn left. Then, turn left.
This bitch heavy as fuck. It's a big back one here, but hey.
Dispel. I couldn't imagine living somewhere like this with no good shit around.
Yeah. Most of these people probably retired. They're the boomers that keep voting for like Medicare increases, and they're literally living
Turn
off
left.
the backs
Then,
of the youth.
turn left.
The first parasitic, vampiristic generation that has had more than they will ever give.
Turn left. Then,
They're
turn
cunts.
right.
They're big cunts, bro.
Turn left. Then, turn right. In a quarter of a mile, turn right.
Enough of that. I forbade you from speaking, computer bitch. God damn. Fuck. What going on with old boy, man? this shit is crowded for being so early in the daytime. What the fuck?
Dispel. GGS. Dispel. Enjoy your load.
My load, nigga. Fuck you. Hey man, you're very funny. You're a fart smeller. I mean, a smart feller. That's what I meant to say. Go in here and piss and then turn around and go park the truck. Oh, that's so beautiful. So very beautiful. Oh my god, oh my god.
Dispel. Smell ya later.
See y'all later, virgins. I appreciate you rocking with me though. I'm gonna go look into that thing if I don't forget. See if it's economical, cause fuck it, why not? I'm rich, bitch!
Hey.
Oh, we're back, bitches. We are so back. Hungry. Really even shouldn't. I really shouldn't even be tired, but I am, and so
There usually is a reasonable explanation. You would think, at the very least, they would contact local authorities and fill them in on what's going on so they can relay that information to concerned citizens calling into 911. According to reports, a steam line at the Santa Rosa Energy Center, a natural gas-fired power plant, malfunctioned, causing it to trip. That would be one heck of a sound to wake up to, though. Hey, don't forget to click like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to drop your theories and your comments in the comments section down below.
It actually bothered me the first time that I heard it.
County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53E. I just passed Patriots Lunch.
Okay, so you're over near Moore Street?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road? What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road. It's in my truck. In the bed.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Just now, I just turned on my bed light for my truck, and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
these
I just
nuts.
knocked it onto the bed of my truck and fell to my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According
These
to the CAD
nuts.
notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could
Goddamn,
actually
boy.
hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller
Goddamn
stated
niggers
that it
got
was
in my
beating and
goddamn
scratching on the
truck.
top of the cab of his
One of
truck.
them
He
UFO
actually stated
niggers
that he was able
got in
to
my goddamn
engage
truck.
his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck.
One of them
At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway,
Yeah, sure.
where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Okay. Yeah, sure, bud. One of them goddamn insurgents
I tried to find
jumped in my
confirmation on this
truck.
story. I really wanted it to be real, and maybe it is. I'm not saying it's not. But I did find this article that's supposedly an interview with the driver named T. This guy here. Here's what the article says. After seeing the creature in his truck, T says he came to a screeching halt. He estimated that his car went from going 80 miles per hour to around 35. This caused whatever was in the back of his truck to flip over it and land on the road. Quote, and all I see is this super scrawny long body just fly over my truck in a ball, rolling. As I'm swerving to the left, I see it stand up, and it is easily taller than the truck. I'm 5'10". The truck is about 2 inches taller than I am, and this thing was easily like maybe 7 feet. And as I pass it, I look in my mirror and I see it bolt to the left into the woods. It looked like somebody took a normal human and stretched them out, starting with the limbs, abnormally long legs and arms, and it just took off into the woods. But apparently, when he was examining his truck after the event, he found claw marks and scratch marks all over it. But the article goes on to say officers couldn't identify what he saw at the time. They couldn't make a determination on if it was human or not. But of course not. They weren't witnesses to it. I don't know though.
Special thanks to a friend of the show, a friend and a confidant, Mr. Dispel, across multiple platforms. And Kanai, too. He was here. Well, take my ass to sleep.